All right.
What an
Thanks for
entrance.
the information.
Clip that one, please. Thank you.
It's recording already.
We got who's recording?
That would be Martberg, I believe.
Marburg.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second.
It's nice to sound normal as well for one. Jeez.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
that one
Not-
looks like.
Vader dust.
The dark side comes out.
Okay. Are we waiting on anyone? I think pretty much everyone that's going to be here is here.
I mean, we just hit 5 past, so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So anyone that's not here is watching the recording. First of all, hello. I love you. Second of all, why weren't you at the meeting? Let's come back. Okay. So yeah. Well, welcome to Exodus. Welcome to the meeting, I guess. Tonight we plan on launching the 1.0 iteration of what is to be our end product, which we hope to release. We don't really have a timescale for 2.0 yet, but that will be our full release. A couple of things that we wanted to make clear before we did release 1.0, and we wanted to make it clear to all of you guys. The devs have made this from scratch. If you look at, I'm not going to name names, but if you look at other public servers, or you look at other servers that are not
Rip, guys.
Yeah, this is going well. I enjoyed it.
Test.
Yeah, we
I
got
thought
that.
I
it's
thought it
better.
was
All right,
just me
yeah,
for a second.
sorry guys, I might have maxed the bit rate. I'm a quality freak. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so
Nice
where
one.
did we get to before I started lagging out?
Pretty much
Um,
just after you started for me.
Okay,
was
all
nice.
right, I'll start again. So, yeah, take two. So tonight we hope to release our 1.0 iteration of what is to be our end product. We hope that our end product will be what we would like to call for now Exodus 2.0, which we don't have a time frame on. If you imagine, and there's a couple of things that we wanted to make clear before we released 1.0. This is a beta version of the server. So you will run into bugs. You will run into things that are not there or that are not supposed to be there, but are there for the future. If you find those, please put them through on the forums, put them through on a bug report. We will see them, we will look at them, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. We all have full-time jobs. We all have things to do in the day as staff and as devs. So we are doing our best with what we've got and what we're doing. So tonight we hope to release the beta version. So if you do run into bugs and things like that, please don't flame in chat. Please don't moan at the devs or moan at us. We are doing our damnedest. All right, we did not by any means expect to get this much love, I guess, if you will, from a server that we don't even have up at the moment, and the devs are adding some finishing touches to at the
Yeah,
moment.
don't ever end on that sentence again, please.
Don't interrupt me, Duster. I'll fucking fire you, all right?
Jesus.
Moving on. If you guys want to start typing questions, please go ahead, because we are going to need them. So Exodus Questions channel, please start typing questions. Throw them at us. We'll answer them. So something that we just want to make clear, guys, that it is the beta version. If you have suggestions, toss them on the forums. If you see a bug, toss it on the forums. We want to see it. We want to hear from you. All right. And we want to build a server with you, not in private, behind closed doors, if you will. Something that I personally, and I'm sure the other staff and devs as well, would agree with, is that we want a very much a family feel. So that's what we're going for. You're able to buy vehicles, you're able to do jobs at the moment, but more than anything, guys, get out there, meet the people, have some fun, make stories. That's what it's about. That's what role play is about, and I hope you agree with that. We're just going to shoot straight into the questions because it's probably best to get through them. Don, I hate you immensely.
You touch a bit right again.
Yeah, he's done bit. Oh, it's going good.
I have this effect on people.
Yeah.
This is also the in-game chat, by the way.
Nice.
I don't approve of this.
Fucking hell, Mark.
All right, he'll be back in a second, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
We good?
In the meantime, you can all forget text to speech because that's gone by.
So when does the server start?
Stand by.
Yeah, your
My
blacklisted
question
from
wasn't
Exodus and
answered.
banned from life. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, here we go.
Alright, you're back. You're back.
Okay, right. Are we good? We
Yep,
good?
you're good now.
There are currently 3 character slots that you can choose from, so you can make up to 3 character slots. If you're whitelisted as a police officer or an EMS, you may have 1 active at a time. So you cannot be a cop and an EMS at the same time. Okay. That was a question that was asked a little while back. Vehicle inventory. Upon initial release, vehicle inventory will not be in. You will have a player inventory. We want to do vehicle inventory. We want to hear from you how you guys would like to do vehicle inventory, and then we will work on that. Going back to what I said before, we want to build with you, not behind closed doors. So we will take your ideas into account. Are there emotes? Yeah. All the emotes are in. You're good to go with that. What is this? This is not text RP. Gassy, it is. Do you take donations? Okay, this is one that I guess is kind of personal. No, is the simple answer. I don't want to take donations. One of the many reasons I don't want to take donations is simply because when somebody donates to a community, when somebody donates to a server, they expect to be treated differently. I want everybody, including staff and devs, to be treated equally. So, I mean, I'd really love to take the support, but at the moment, we're very financially, we're okay. We're really happy with the way things are going. The website looks great, and the server is going well. If we ever need to hire developers, I will reach out. But beforehand, I will take it out of my own pocket before I take it from others. Custom cars or no? Custom cars only for EMS and police. Custom cars cause loading time to be longer, and they can cause a multitude of other issues with FiveM. So I would say no, not at the moment. Perhaps in the future if there is enough demand. 32 or 64, 32. 64 is not yet available, I don't believe. And 32 is all round stable at the moment. Drugs hidden in public, hidden. You'll have to find them. You'll have to interact with. Okay, so we'll talk about this actually, and Frag, maybe you want to sort of talk about it with me. Is that our staff member Frag will be running the criminal side of things in the server. He will be there to help you with criminal activities such as making drugs and finding locations, and he will essentially be the replacement for the in-game black market. So you will have to approach a character played by Frag in-game and find out where those locations are. So it's completely hidden. You will have to do everything through RP. Jail time will depend on the crime that you're doing, sir. We will not be releasing that to the public. That will be a SASP thing. and also lawyers eventually, I suppose. I'm assuming that's what we want, isn't it, Markberg?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How many jobs are available on 1.0? Legal and illegal. You will probably have. Okay, let me think. If you class bank robberies and store robberies, probably about 3 on release each. But don't quote me on that because things could change within the next hour because developers are still messing and fixing. Yeah, smashing out those bugs. So we didn't want to add too many. And also we've had this huge turnaround. So we want to build jobs and we want to see what jobs. So thank you very much, Don, as well. And who else was it that said about fishing? We'll be taking that into account. We've looked at it, so we'll be looking at it. Is it true the Beretta family owns the server? Just you wait until you meet Lorenzo Medici, you cunt.
We'll see.
All the greases.
All right. I love you, guys. I love you.
Love you too.
What are the models like? Models are free roam. Currently, there are not heads in the server. Our reason for this is because we want everyone to look different initially, and then we want to test heads a little bit later down on the line. So for now, make your own character with the free roam model. There's a lot more flexibility than you would think. You might have seen other servers where you can't really make people look different, but you'll see when you go in that you can. You really can. What assurances have we got that the city isn't going to shut down after a few months like V7? Oh shit! Well, that's a tough one.
I laughed at that one.
That's a tough one. I can't promise anything. All I can promise is that if we stay as a community and we work together to make something special, then it's going to be a group effort. Everybody's going to put a little bit of time in and help us come up with ideas and move forward from there. So I can't assure you with anything. I can assure you that I've put money into the server, my own money, and the devs and the staff have put their own time and blood and sweat and toil into the server and the website and the Discord. So you have our time and effort, I suppose, is what is a good enough answer for that. I hope that kind of answers it. Will there be option to delete characters if when pet skins are available? Well, at the moment you have 3 characters. I expect you not to fill up 3 characters immediately. At the moment, there is no way for you to delete said characters. You will have to contact staff through a support ticket to delete a character. But we can do that for you. So it's fine. That's fine. Types of jobs. Currently, you've got postal, trucking, couple of others. I mean, I would like you to wait until you get into the server to see. I would like you to experience it on your own and then go and give us suggestions from that. But, you know, there are things that you would expect in a roleplay server. There are jobs that you would expect. There is the ability there to make money. But more importantly, guys, make stories. That's so important in roleplay. Make a story. Is the server... let me try again. Is the server moving towards menu-based or command-based? At the moment, it's a little bit of both. We do have a clickable interaction menu where you'll be able to access your inventory and such. And there are some commands. We'll list them all. We will list them all for you. But eventually, we hope to have a completely clickable menu system. So yeah, we hope that there will be no commands eventually, but there are a mix of both at the moment. If there's no vehicle inventory, does that mean we can't store our cars? No, there's vehicle garages. You can buy and sell. You can buy your cars and store them. I can confirm that there are 3 separate garages on the map. So if you want a truck up in Polito and you want to leave it there, you can do that. But just know that when you spawn back in, you'll have to go back up to Polito to get that. You won't be able to get that at what's it called? The spawn. Yeah. So
and what he meant by inventory is trunk space.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. So just to add to that, actually, here's one for you V7 guys out there. The spawn is going to be Alta Street Hotel for a little bit of nostalgia for you guys. If you played on Variable 7, that was the spawn on there, and it will be again initially, and then we'll obviously change it as we see fit. But that's for you V7 guys, and for me personally as well. Are there affordable starter cars for players that will fit their characters? I certainly hope so. We're testing the economy, Fox, so it's really going to depend on your feedback, buddy. I mean, if you think something's too expensive, suggest it to us. Like I said, just do it through the forums, man. That's the most important thing. As long as we can see it, we can fix it. Where is the character creation located at? Not the spawn. It's located at a inaccessible building that has like a green background. You'll see. You won't have people running around you. Right, that's all I'll say. I just literally need my prairie to be available. Oh well, we'll see. Can you buy stores? At the moment, there is the functionality to buy clothing stores, and you will earn money dependent on who buys from that clothing store, and yeah, depending on where it is, you'll earn money. It will go into a safe that you'll have to transport to the bank. That is our first iteration of what we want for the economy. We want the economy to be completely player driven. So eventually we hope to have every single establishment all over Los Santos buyable and sellable for you characters out there. That's our end goal. Lockpicks, aka chop shops, it's something we're working on. It won't be on launch. Are you able to use lost jackets? I spoke with the devs and I did approach them about this box. And basically it's a little bit tough. The simple answer is no, not for launch. Perhaps later down the line, if 5M make it a little bit easier for us, you're not able to basically stream to the server items of clothing from pets, basically. But there will be everything that you know and love from the multiplayer model. How will character customization be handled? Or will my accessory sliders be labeled? Yeah, they're all labeled. You'll have to go to a clothing store to change your clothes. We hope eventually to have a /hat command, because I really hate getting hit by civilians and then losing my hat and having to go back to the clothing store. But initially, clothing store is your home for clothes. Type /emote in your chat for easy use to lean, sit, and smoke. That's what we're going for. The devs are just finishing up that now, actually. But if you guys remember some of the stuff from V7, it's going to be very similar. We're basing it off of some of the things from V7. Will there be a list of commands, etc.? We're working on that as well. When the server is going to be released into 1.0, are you afraid that there will be breakdowns, like when around 30 to 50 people are trying to connect to the server at the same time? I don't envisage. I can't speak tonight. I don't envisage 30 to 50 people trying to connect at the same time. If that happens, we will purchase more server technical things that the devs will be aware of. Yeah.
Means server crashes, like when people are all loaded in for the first time.
Okay, all right, okay. If that happens, we'll work on getting it sorted for you. That's all I can promise, really. Like I said at the start, we weren't expecting this kind of player base initially. Like it's insane. I mean, how many people we got in here? About 30? About a full server?
Something like that. But I guess the safe thing to say is we've got all staff on hand right now.
We do. We have all staff on hand. Eventually down the line, the coming weeks, we'll be recruiting for staff. So if you really want to help us, I know you mentioned about donations. We don't want donations. We want you to help us any way you can. Will there be menus for things like the bank and the gun store, or will it be a chat thing like some servers? It'll be menu. It'll be a menu. Okay. Whoever's adding the check mark, this one was actually missed. Is there a justice system, judges and courts and such? Initially on launch, no. This is something that will require much less development, but much more
Proceed.
input from
Yeah.
us and officials. So it will be something that we'll need to work with you to achieve. It's not something we can just have straight from the start, you know. Hold on. If server is more about stories and prices, okay, hold on. It to buy our prices to buy a clubhouse, everything going to price accordingly. Yes, yeah. Like we said, you can only buy clothing stores at the moment, and I say only. I mean, I don't really see a lot of other servers doing that, where you can buy and earn from an establishment. Eventually down the line, we will balance everything, and something that I'll go and touch on. Mecca and I were talking about a possible real estate agent, and I mean that's one of the many routes that we could go down. But again, we need suggestions from you, so that'll be something. Houses, yeah. Well, that's something that's very important to me. Right from launch, the answer is no. Eventually, yes. Will they have garages? Yes. You may have to purchase them separately, but we'll see. We'll see. And I mean, most of the answers to these questions, guys, are going to be the same. It's going to be very much we need to work with you to achieve what we want as a community, and not what I want as a founder, and what the staff want as staff. You know, is it possible to be a lawyer as a job? Artberg.
Yes.
I mean, as you're the colonel, I mean, are we going to allow lawyers initially?
It's gonna have to be an RP situation to where you can't show up acting like a jackass, or saying you're a lawyer. It's got to be handled well for us to go with it. Because if you're a crazy person coming up off the street, because like I said, it's not a job right now, but it can be RP'd that way as a representative is what we can probably call it in the meantime until it's established. But yes, there's going to be the opportunity for advocates to speak for people who've been detained.
Yeah. And something else I think later down on the line is that we will actually add a lawyer job where you will get a paycheck for being a lawyer. And that will, again, it will be done through role play. We want everything to be done through role play. We want very minimal out of role play stuff, because you don't want to be going onto the website and going click, 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 click. I want to be a lawyer, you know? It's better to do that in character. Where did I get to?
You're at Anders now.
Yeah. Somebody needs to tick that. As I read my way to play a controlled economy. Go a bit deeper on this. Yeah. So the way that we want it and the way that it is at the moment, and this is a trial version. We want to see how it works. If you own a clothing store, tax will be taken off of what you earn. At the moment, it's set to 9% tax, which I believe is close to what the state of California currently has. So you will be taken 9% tax will be taken off of your earnings every purchase made, right? And that 9% will go into the economy's quote unquote bank account. And that bank account, we hope, and not at the moment, but down the line, we hope that this can allow even the city and the government itself to go bankrupt. We will have a set economy to begin with, and when a cop will spawn out a car, for example, it will take money from that bank account. If that bank account's empty, cops can't spawn cars, right? So it adds that whole, everybody's got to work together to keep this economy running, right? So that's what we're going to go for. Down the line, at the moment, you can earn money from clothers. Player controlled economy is something that we want to work toward. I hope that explains it, Anders. Where is the inaccessible building located at? It's hidden. It's hidden. You won't find it. But you might find it. If you do, you shouldn't.
Run.
Yeah. You won't find it. it's hidden away, right? So it's not in the city. Don't worry about the Michael Bay stuff. Don't worry about pedestrians crashing into each other and stuff. You always spawn at Alta Street, or is it persistent spawn wherever you log out? Now, this was something we spoke about extensively, and one of the devs wanted persistent. One of the devs wanted Alta Street. In the end, we decided on Alta Street because I think it's the easiest thing to do to begin with. And then if you guys decide and you know there's enough hype behind it to get persistent spawn coming in, then sure. But that's the way it is at the moment.
There's a garage in close proximity to the spawn as well, so it's not like you've got to run across the map to.
Yeah. It'll be easy. Just guys, when you do first log into the server, in fact, no, you won't have cars. But once you get cars and you log into the server, please don't spawn cars on top of each other. They will explode. It creates chaos and mayhem and death and fire. All right, so easy. If you own a clothing store, can you set the price? Not at the moment, but it is something we're looking at. We personally, from my point of view, I would like the quote unquote posh clothing stores to sell suits and such, and the other ones to sell your shabby out, your swim pants and whatever else you wear. I would like the owner of an establishment to set everything, if possible, and that's another thing we'll have to work. At the moment, no, it's set. So you'll walk onto a circle. It will charge you $50 to change your clothes, and then that's how it's set at the moment. If you purchase a piece of clothing, will you have it added to your wardrobe permanently? At the moment, we don't have a wardrobe. That's not really being suggested to us. So if you want that, put it on the forums. Guys, look at each other's suggestions. +1, -1, give your opinion. We'll close it off after 7 days, and we'll look at it. We'll look at all the opinions and come back to you. But at the moment, no, there is no wardrobe. You won't carry around your clothes with you. I imagine if you did, you'd end up with a bum. Yeah.
I think you skipped a bunch of questions.
Yeah, you did.
Or at least a couple.
It's okay. It was only like 7.
It's all right.
Don't worry.
It's because you guys are typing questions at the bottom. Which ones did I miss?
Owen Armstrong right now. Our robberies then would be a good one. Or will FM models be able with Don?
Free mode models will be available. Tattoos. There's no tattoo shop in at the moment for release. It's something that's on the list. You will see restart things happening, things being added. We want to eventually release a development Trello so you can see what's being worked on and what's not being worked on, what's being suggested, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to. Are robberies in? If not, how soon will it take for them to be available? The devs are working on that at the moment. So that's what they're just finishing up on. Hopefully release. Fingers crossed. They're pretty close to finish. So if not all stores, banks. Flash hat. Yeah, that's right. That's what I want. Are cars driven by AI or parked on the street and locked? And are lockpicks needed to access them? At the moment, there's no lockpicks. Lockpicks is something we're looking to add. Again, it's another thing on the list. Again, this is a beta version. So if you have a suggestion and you want that added, forums again. So yeah, I mean, yes, cars are driven by AI to answer that question. No, they're not locked, but if you steal them, Markberg's guys are going to come and fuck you, is all I'm going to say. All right.
Especially Markberg.
especially Markberg. Will there be an option for facial hair? Scars, tattoos. We kind of answered that last time. Facial hair, yes. Scars, I mean, the way we've got it is you can select from a multitude of different wrinkles, I guess, on your face. If you set that to wrinkle thickness 2, for example, out of 10, it kind of looks like scars. So I guess to answer your question, yes and no. So just getting back to where I was at. Where was I at, Mark? Boogie?
I think if you own a clothing store down there at Mecca, you probably got a couple more.
What's driving like? Is it exactly the same as physics as GTA 5? No, you're going to have to learn how to drive again. We are playing and messing with the what's it called?
Handling
Dusty, help
file.
me. Handling file. Thank you. We're playing and messing with the handling file. So yeah, if you see a car that's speeding down the highway and you turn right and it flips 20 times, let us know which car it is, please. We'll look at it. We'll fix it. Right. There's going to be kinks. There's going to be bugs. We're going to iron them out the best we can. Will custom cars stay on your? Will car custom stay on your car when you pull it away? For launch, no, but you won't be charged for adding and removing things to your car. But that's something that we want, definitely. Is there a queue system on the server? This kind of goes back to the thing where I believe we've been hyped more than I could ever imagine. No, not at the moment. So if the server's full, try every few minutes. I don't imagine it will be, but if it is, try every few minutes. Two questions. One, when the server has been up for a couple of weeks and people find the drug locations and such, are you going to remove them to another place or let it stay as it is? They'll be moved. They'll be moved. That's something me and Prag have spoken about. Something that might be better directed to Prag, actually, how he wants to do it.
And confidential informants might cause it to be moved quickly by a police raid. Maybe.
Yeah. So police
Maybe,
raid
maybe,
location.
maybe after this meeting, we could have a little criminal meeting for anybody who wants to ask criminal questions.
With the cops
Try
out
and
of it.
answer
Yeah.
them if I can. Yeah.
Sorry,
Uh,
not sure if there's another gap in the
Yeah, he skipped
questions, I believe.
some more, but I didn't mark them, so we can go back to them.
I think it
if I
goes.
missed your question, please post it again.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to
Scroll on.
Shane, 21, 24.
Just post it again. We'll get that.
All right.
For the clothing store, when somebody is going to buy one of them, do they get a percent of money people spend on everything? Yeah. So when somebody buys something for $50 from the clothing store, 9% of that will be taken away from cash, taken away to the government into their pot, if you will. Currently, I'm happy to say the government has $55. We hope that you can make us rich. Is all I'm going to say. But yeah, you earn money from what people buy in your store. How will we maintain the fair use? Is that fair use?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Fair use of illegal trades. Is there going to be heads sell drugs to, vice versa? Yeah, so when you make drugs, I'm scrolling again, I'm going. When you make drugs, you sell them to AI. You sell them to people on the street. You approach them, you press the interaction button, which at the moment is the Alt key, and you select the drug in your inventory and sell, or offer, and they have a chance to deny or offer, or say yes.
Or you could sell them to people.
Or you can sell them to people. We hope to have effects that will, if you want to rob a bank, for example, you're going to want to snort a line of cocaine because maybe it gives you a little bit more, blood pumping around your system so you can take a couple more bullets, something like that. That's what we hope. We also hope to get you all addicted to drugs fully, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be great. If we could get a load of drug addicts running around, that's fantastic.
Yes, let's do
that.
that.
Will give Gammies guys, Gammies girls, sorry,
And guy. And guy.
Yeah.
And weeb.
That they are going to conduct every medical operation you can pretty much think about. If you're a crazy guy running around, you get picked up by the police, expect those medics to take you back and evaluate you mentally, They're going to role play that through fully. We've got very, very good people on both SAS and SAMs. So expect very good role play from the police, and I'm sure that the civilians will be just as great as well, and the EMS, of course. Can you get rope or handcuffs to restrain and capture people if you're not a cop? At the moment, no. But definitely something we can look at. Again, suggest it, please. Will there be an AI roaming around the city, like on the sidewalks, in parks, etc.? Yeah. We hope that when 5M increases the player slots, that we have a chance to completely remove AI, which would be fucking amazing, might I add. But that is not yet. That's the only thing holding it back. Is there boats for launch? No. There will be. There will be. You only have cars for now. We hope to release boats shortly afterwards. And then eventually we've got somebody on board that wants to be an air traffic control person that will train you to be an air pilot and give you license. So that's how it'll be. Everything will be through roleplay. Are cop cars going super fast to keep up with crotch rockets? We hope there won't be any crotch rockets. But there are police cars, select police cars that go fairly quickly.
Right. There's nothing that's outrageous, but
yeah, I think that you'll be able to escape, but the police will be able to capture you. So it all depends on your driving skill, and if you can outrun them, and if you can out-tactic them, you will. Is there an option to remove your car in the server when you log off, or if you need to pull it out into the garage? When you log off, I believe, and I may well be wrong, your car will and will return to the garage that you originally took it out of. I could be wrong. If there's a bug or a glitch that you find with that, please let us know. But yeah, it will go back to your garage that you pulled it out of. And obviously you've got those 3 public garages across the map. And there'll be no charge. There'll be no charge to begin with. But we when we add vehicle garages, player-owned vehicle garages, public parking will be charged. Will you be adding custom cars, clothes, models, etc.? We don't like really using other people's stuff, if that makes sense. I mean, the only custom cars that we have are the police and EMS. So we don't see a reason to give civilians at the moment custom vehicles or custom models or anything like that.
You start rolling into people here to play GTA Online instead of people here to role play. So it's not about, banging out money. It's just about improving your role play and all that. But my opinion isn't on the matter anyway.
How about adding an AI at common circle jerk locations or click RP locations might be better. The AI will turn violent if the player is sitting in one location for too long. No, I think we prefer to have the police. I think that again adds to role play. The police would roll up and go, "Listen, you've been here 10 minutes now. Fuck off. Go and do something productive." I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Blue Jay. Are you going to have an MDT that actually logs history and registration? That's all done through the website for the police at the moment. If you get pulled over, if anything happens, the police will log it onto our database, and we will be able to look that up. Melee weapons, knives, bats. What else have you guys got in mind? Every melee weapon in BCI we hope to bring to the server. As for what's in the ammunitions, you'll have to go out. But it's it's what you'd expect. It's what you'd expect to be able to buy. For the police,
although Jordan, you might want to mention that there are a few that need a license to be able to be owned.
Oh yeah, no, you'll need a gun license to pick them up. Yeah. And you'll need a hunting license to pick up anything larger than a pistol. So yeah, licenses are a thing as well. For the state police, are they allowed to stay at drug location for X amount of time, or are they allowed to be there as much as they want? I think if a drug location is found, it will be moved. If the police raid it, then it will most definitely be moved. The police are absolutely allowed to stalk out locations, as they would do. I
In real
assume
life,
not, but again,
yeah.
in real life, you will see police on the corner of streets that you would not expect them to be, watching and listening and being sneaky bastards. But yeah, they'll do what they've got to do to catch a criminal.
You're being a smart criminal. There should be no reason why we would ever find drug locations. But just the better the criminal you are, the longer a drug location is probably going to be active.
Yeah, when you know that the location's been given up, you might want to pass that information up to one of my characters so that I can start the process of moving it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just taking a drink. Okay, I kind of answered that, and there's a little bit earlier on, so take that one off. That's fine. Is there a legal amount of cannabis, or is it possessing any amount illegal? I think we've kind of decided on this, that you will be able to carry three, quote unquote, three inventory slots of cannabis.
Correct, 3.
Which I believe is what we had on Variable 7, what you guys had on Variable 7. It's pretty much standard across most servers. If you're found with more, I mean, the police could just take it off you and stamp it out, or they could take you in. So, I mean, again, it goes back to role play. Legalize it. I saw that. It's not being legalized completely. It's kind of legal, up to an extent. The taxes get taken off illegal stuff. No.
Well, they kind of do.
Not at the moment. Not for launch, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Not on launch, they don't. Perhaps that's something for later down the line. Can you talk about the guns again? We spoke about that. You'll be able to buy them from the gun store, as you would anywhere else. Is it allowed to drive through terrain such as mountains and stuff if you're in a chase from the police? Anything. Reason, I suppose, as long as you value your life.
Yeah, it needs to be realistic. You can't go driving off the side of the mountain and expect to land it and drive off. I mean,
yeah,
as long as it's real, we'll go with it. If we can tell you're cop baiting and you're just doing a bunch of dumb shit, then we'll let you go and we'll hand it along to the chain of command to get to an admin, and then it'll be dealt with from there. Yeah. Or a mod or whoever. Yeah.
That's something else we should touch on. Is we're going to be watching and listening, and we will take up player reports, do them seriously. If you run into somebody in game that perhaps is breaking a rule or something like that, absolutely do not drop roleplay and say, hey, you're fail RPing, because you're going to ruin everybody else's experiences around you. Send it to us on the website, report the player. We'll deal with it out of character. We'll deal with it out of the game.
Leave the area.
We'll sit you both down. We will sit you both down, and we will talk about the situation, and we will correct the problem. If we cannot correct the problem, we will do what we have to do. Right? So I hope that makes sense. Rent for cars and apartments later down the line, not for launch. Like I said, you can buy clothing store, and that's the main thing, right?
Mecca's got a good question up there you missed, right above Kingdom.
Did I miss?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mecca. Are all GTA Online vehicles available in the store, or is there a custom shop in La Strawberry? At the moment, the central store is Simeon's. So I think, and I'm fairly sure, that all GTA Online vehicles and Grand Theft Auto vehicles are available. If you do see one that's missing, again, just suggest it. Let us know if you really, really need it. But I mean, that would be, you want a vehicle that's going to be low priority.
Is that going all the? Oh, sorry. I was about to say, is that going all the way up to the most recent update?
No. I don't believe 5M have released the date yet, but you've got everything up.
If I remember correctly, the only one we're missing is that one with the junkyard, the one that's sort of like Mad Max.
The
rest, right?
I think there's a couple.
Duke of Death.
But most of the
Duke
cars.
of Death, rip.
If you do see one and you really need it for your character story, let us know. And again, that's something else, dudes, if you will. if there's something really, really essential for your character story that you need to have access it to in game, we will work our best with you to make your character story the best that we can. We can't promise that we can achieve everything that you want, but we will work our asses off as staff and as devs to help you achieve optimal story role play, if you will.
Sorry,
Yeah.
did I interrupt you there? Or?
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to expand to Mika's question regarding the whole LA Strawberry thing. I just want, because I know a lot of V7 members knew that I sold custom cars in there. I won't be doing that on the server, and I don't, as Jordan said, everything will be probably available in that dealership eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure they all know.
Yeah, that's okay. Will there be different voice volumes, whisper, shout, etc.? Upon launch, no. I think that's something that we're still working on.
Yeah.
We did have a little bit of trouble with it. We'll get it sorted and we'll get that pushed out. That is something that's essential for all players. So it's something we're looking.
That's Bobby.
Mark Criminal, you mean Bronson Youngblood? Yes, I do. Bronson. yes, I do. I look forward to seeing you, man. It's completely legal in Cali. It should be nuts. Get out. Get out.
Head back up there to Bobby, just above Boosted.
How far up?
Not far, like
2142.
442 is the timestamp.
Oh shit! Sorry. If you say explode your vehicle, will you be able to pull another version of it out of the garage? I think that I will have to double check with devs, but I think that if it does get destroyed, it will go back to your garage.
I thought we had an insurance system where they had to pay to get it back.
That's not implemented.
Yeah, it'll be eventually, I think.
Okay, where did I get to? How much money will everyone start with? That's like a last minute thing that we're going to decide. So, but it will be enough to get yourself started.
Type it again, Boosted and Carbonite, please. Sorry.
What have I missed?
There's two more above Boom Boom right there with the Smart Criminal. Well,
Carbonate's almost done.
Yeah, just type them again.
Yeah.
What about cars without license plates? Will that be available at the car dealership eventually? I believe they're available at the car dealership at the moment. If you do get pulled over with with a car with no number plate, expect the police to role play it. If there is no plate, police can't run the plate, so they're going to be asking. So it'll all go from sort of that. Also on the subject of vehicles, will there be bicycles, jet skis available? Jet skis, no, not at the moment. They are a thing that will come with boats. Bicycles, I believe so. Are we allowed to do reports in DM and Discord? I would prefer no, simply because of the multitude of DMs that I and the other staff are dealing with anyway, in relation to other things. It just wouldn't be feasible. If you could report it the proper way through the website, then that'd be great, and we'll get to you. Because obviously there's going to be people waiting in a queue if we do get to a point where we've got a couple of reports that we need to go through. Will I be able to take a picture of a dead body and send it to that person in Discord? Say maybe I'm scouting a position or confirming a contract or hit. I think that's really sort of discretion of the role player. As long as you're not using meta and you're not giving it to anyone that shouldn't know about it, then okay. But if you get pulled over by the cops and they ask to look at your phone and look through your, look through your pictures, you got to role play that out. I mean, the chances of them doing that are probably minimal, but discretion of role players. If everyone involved is okay with that, then fine. If you're role playing with somebody that you don't really know and nobody has agreed on it, then avoid it if you can, because it's kind of like a gray area, One for you, I think, Mark, is added to you directly.
What are you? How are you going to maintain and always? How are you going to help maintain and always win, some lose? I get the gist of what you're saying. The cops are not going to be win, and I don't believe that's going to be too much of a problem. There is a very high level of role players that have been hired on, of role playing has been hired on to the SASP. As far we do have a pursuit policy, we have policies in effect, but it's everything is going to be real life sort of based. There's supervisors that can override the policy because every situation is going to be different. Just because it's we're doing 160 miles an hour, if there's nobody on the road, it's 3 a.m, maybe that's okay. If it's heavy traffic and we're doing 100 and we're weaving in and out, then maybe we should cancel. So there's supervisors that are tasked with making decisions, and policy is a living document, can be updated and changed, but the cops are going to be here to make sure the server's a success, just like we hope the crims and the civs are. So just think of it that way, please. And if there are issues, we do have an internal affairs. So you can go on the forums to the SASP section of the forums and write a complaint against a SASP trooper, and it'll be investigated.
Okay.
We're trying to do our best.
Yeah. We're doing everything that we can with what we got, which is kind of why we need you. So you guys are essentially the backbone of the community. I'd like to say that I'm the brains, but it's not true. The devs are too clever. We'll do everything we can with you guys. All right, Dust. Yeah. All right. Do police have basic commands such as / run plate, run name?
Run plate, run name. I think that's still.
That's something they're touching up on.
Yep.
I think that it should be ready. It should be ready.
Okay.
But we'll double check that.
Jailing.
And I'll touch on that. I'll come back to that at the end and development and stuff like that. So
right.
we'll talk about that. How do phones work? Phones are something that we want to do a little bit differently. So for launch, phones will not be there, but you will have the Twitter function. So there is essentially no sort of, if you imagine like there's a phone outage, we can role play, the network's down or something like that for now. We imagine we want a clickable menu for phones. But like we said earlier, we don't really like using other people's stuff. So it'll be down to what you guys want and how we want to do it. Will there be a speedometer for the police? Catch speeders? Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, there will be.
There's status on
ALPR is essential.
That right there, yeah.
It's finished, Mark.
Cool.
It's done.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there'll be no PMing or texting on 1.0. It's one of the top on our list. 1.0 will not jump straight to 2.0, right? Like I said at the start, this is the beta iteration of our community, our server, right? So we will add things as we see fit and as you suggest to us. Can you tweet Anon? No, not at the moment. What I would suggest for now is meet up in game and just try and get around it the best you can. Like I said, it's top of our list. We want it and we will do it, but we want to do it differently. We want to do it differently. How long between server wipes? We don't have an answer for that yet. We don't have an answer. I'm thinking that there will be a wipe when 2.0 hits. 2.0 will be the full release of the server, the completed product that we will continue to work on afterwards, of course. So from there, who knows? ETA and 2.0, we need to work on it. We need to work on it. We're at 1.0 now, it's going to be very much it's going to go 1.0, 1.01, and 1. Like it would in a game development situation. 2 minutes. This is something that I need to talk to you guys about. real quick. We are working on adding a couple more features. Devs need about maybe half an hour ish, and then we'll open the gates. So just sit tight.
And I'm whitelisting, so
yeah, we had a couple. So we said that we were going to close whitelist applications,
All right.
and we had
Done.
a ton of whitelists in the last 30 minutes, leading up to the release. So we want to get them in. You know, we don't want them to be left out. So we've got to do all the documentation for that, get everybody sorted before we can open the gates. But keep your eyes open. Look at the Discord. I know we've got a couple of more Americans coming home now, so we will, we will announce once it's ready, and once the server's up, and we'll shoot out the IP address.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you'd have read, we talk about that. Y'all need to read the website, folks. All right, that's where we post everything. Okay. That's where we post absolutely everything. If anyone's got like a voice question, like you want to have a discussion,
preferably one at a time as well, please.
I have one.
Yeah. Boosted.
We had said that, or someone had said that they were going to do a criminal meeting afterward. Are we still going to do that?
Probably a good time for that.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that now.
Yeah, I'll move down to Legion Square. Anybody who wants to come down?
Oh, hold on.
We're not allowed there. Sorry.
That's a public room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
my bad.
Remain here, and we'll filter people out.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, if you're a cop,
SASP.
Have we sent out the TeamSpeak to the cops?
We have partial, but they can go down to SASP on duty, I believe, and I can talk to him there. If not, I can get him in there.
Okay. All right. So
there was a question that was asked that I don't think I either missed it or it wasn't answered. Someone was asking about different like VoIP ranges, like will there be a whisper, shout, etc. And I don't think I heard the answer if it was answered.
Yeah, not on launch, but it's something that's like top of our list along
Okay.
with
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, that's something we're looking at. Could we just stay to understand the Crim RP for later characters? I mean, if you're a civilian right now, you have no reason not to. It's only the police that we really want to
Right.
serve.
Yep. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and stop the meeting recording, and I'm going to head down to the SASP on duty.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, guys.
I'll catch up with you.